Hello dear students, welcome back to the fourth session of the topic linkers. In the previous session we discussed about linkers related to consequence, reason, cause and effect, time, comparison. Well, in this session we will discuss about the rest of the linkers and we will see what function do they carry, and we will see some sentence examples to understand how the linkers are used to connect ideas between sentences. And at the end we will do some exercises from your workbook, and in the end we will see how the linkers can be used in a paragraph, and we will also see some exercises from your workbook. If you are ready, let's get started. Now let us move on to the next. There are linkers to express purpose. Let me tell you a sentence. I use GSI YouTube channel to what? So you can say I use GSI YouTube channel to impart knowledge or to enhance my knowledge. So here the word to shows the purpose, why you do that. So remember, the purpose always shows why you do that. Now there are words and phrases to express purpose such as to, in order to, in order to, so as to, followed by the verb in its base form. So this is the form to use linkers like to, in order to, or so as to. So after you use any one of these linkers, it should be followed by the verb in its base form. Now let us see a few sentence examples. I watch your channel to learn English. So here the linker to shows the purpose, why you do that. Similarly, in the next sentence, I go to the mall to or in order to shop. So here the linker shows why you do that. So I go to the mall to shop. Similarly, in the next sentence, I go to the market in order to buy vegetables. So here the phrase in order to shows the purpose of doing the action. Why you do that? I go to the supermarket in order to buy vegetables. So you should notice that the word to is normal, in order to is formal, and so as to is more formal. So one more important thing we need to remember here, we can also use negative sentences by using these linking words or linking phrases. All you have to do is you have to just add the word not before the word to. Not to, in order not to, so as not to. For example, I eat less in order not to gain weight, or I eat less not to gain weight. Now there is one more important phrase which shows the purpose, that is so that. Let me write the form here. So that plus subject plus the modal verbs can, could, will, would plus verb in its base form. For example, please give me an appointment so that I can meet you tomorrow. So here the phrase or the linker so that shows the purpose of meeting the person. So why you are asking for an appointment? To meet that person. So here instead of using the word to, you can say please give me an appointment so that I can meet you tomorrow. Here the phrase so that shows the purpose of meeting that person. And similarly in the next sentence, I will watch his videos so that, the purpose, so that I can learn English. So here again the phrase so that shows the purpose why you watch his videos. So all these words and phrases such as to, in order to, so as to, and so that show the purpose. Now there are linkers to express place. Words such as here, there, nearby, across, where, behind, etc. Now let us see a few sentence examples. There are groves of trees near the shore. Similarly, in the next sentence, there was a lake behind the temple. A woman nearby is staring at her. In the first sentence, the linker near shows the position of the groves of trees, where it is situated. It is situated near the shore. So here it shows the place of the groves of trees. In the second sentence, there was a lake behind the temple. So here the linking word behind shows the position of the lake. So where it was situated behind the temple. Similarly, in the next sentence, a woman nearby is staring at her. So here the linking word nearby shows where the woman is standing and staring at her. Now let us understand how to use linkers between sentences in a paragraph. Remember, in your examination, they won't ask you any sentence-wise questions, or they won't ask you any definition of these terms. Instead, you will be given a paragraph from any one of your lessons which includes 4 blanks. All you have to do is you have to fill those blanks with appropriate linking words given in the brackets as options. Now let us see a paragraph here, and we will understand how the ideas are linked between sentences, and you will also learn how to read a paragraph and note how many ideas are there. So here you will learn how to identify the ideas as well as how to write the linkers to make connections between the ideas in sentences. Now let me read a paragraph for you. So please be careful when I read this paragraph. One of the most dangerous routes is the 550 kilometer from Dijanet to Chirfa. Dijanet and Chirfa are the 2 beautiful places in Algeria. It is dangerous not because of what it will do to you or to your vehicle, but because it is so lonely, especially in summer. In fact, it is almost impossible to get lost because the route is very well marked. However, if your vehicle breaks down halfway along the route, it might be 3 months before another vehicle passes, and it is impossible to walk to safety. Therefore, you must get that vehicle going again or die. So this is the paragraph. Now let us identify all the connective words that make the facts in the above passage, and then I will explain the nature of function they fulfill in the passage. Now before that, let us find out how many ideas are there in the passage. Now let me read the passage again. Now here we will identify how many ideas are there in this passage. One of the most dangerous routes is the 550 kilometer from D Janet to Chirfa. So this is the first idea. We can call it first sentence. It is dangerous not because of what it will do to you or to your vehicle, but because it is so lonely, especially in summer. So this is idea number 2. In fact, it is almost impossible to get lost because the route is very well marked. This is idea number 3. However, if your vehicle breaks down halfway along the route, it might be 3 months before another vehicle passes, and it is impossible to walk to safety. This is idea number 4. Therefore, you must get that vehicle going again or die. So this is idea number. Now there are 5 ideas you can find in this paragraph. Now the second thing we need to do is we have to identify the linkers in this paragraph. Now let us read the paragraph again and identify the linkers ideas. One of the most dangerous routes is the 550 kilometer from D Janet to Chirfa. In the first sentence, in the first idea, you don't find any linker. It is dangerous not because of. So here in the second sentence or second idea, you have the phrase called because of is the linker. What it will do to you or to your vehicle, but because it is so lonely. Again you have 2 linkers here, but and because it is not so lonely, especially in summer. In the third sentence or the third idea, in fact, again you have one more linker here. In fact, it is almost impossible to get lost because, again you have the linker because the route is very well marked. In idea number 3, you have 2 linkers, in fact and because. Now let us move on to the next. However, if your vehicle breaks down halfway along the route, so here in the beginning of the 4th sentence, however is the linker. However, if your vehicle breaks down halfway along the route, it might be 3 months before another vehicle passes, and again you have one more linking word, it is the conjunction, and it is impossible to walk to safety. Now let us move on to the last sentence. Therefore, in the beginning of the last sentence you have the linking word, therefore you must get that vehicle going again or die. So these are all the linkers you could see in this paragraph. Now let me explain the nature of function each linkers fulfill in this paragraph. In the first sentence, we don't have any linkers to explain. But in the second sentence, you have 3 linkers. The first one is because of, but, and again you have because. In sentence 2, the linker because of gives the hint why the route is dangerous. It is dangerous not because of what it will do to you or to your vehicle. So when you say this, the linker because of gives the hint why the route is dangerous. And again you have the linker but. But is a transitional word which gives the right reason after another reason which is not as important as the second has been cited. In sentence 3, you have 2 linkers, in fact and because. Here in fact is used to emphasize a point. So what is the point? In fact, it is almost impossible to get lost. So this is the point. And again you have the word because. Here because is used to provide a reason. So what is the reason? Because the route is very well marked. In the 4th idea or 4th sentence you have the linker, however. This means all the same or nevertheless. Here it means although there is no danger of getting lost, if the vehicle breaks down, there will be a bigger problem. In the fourth sentence or in the fourth idea, you have the linking word and it is impossible to walk to safety. And is a coordinating conjunction. It refers to the second problem after the first one has been referred to. So what is the second problem that the conjunction and refers to? It is impossible walk to safety. So this is the second problem that the conjunction and refers here. And at the end, in the last sentence, you have the linking word therefore. So here therefore concludes the paragraph by referring to the predicament of travelers whose vehicle have had a breakdown. So this is how we should read a paragraph, and we have to identify the ideas and we have to make comparison and we have to identify the linkers which connects sentences in a paragraph. Now the problem is, in your examination, they won't give you a paragraph along with the linkers. They give a paragraph from any one of your lessons which have 4 blanks. They won't give paragraphs along with the linkers. So what you have to do, you have to read the paragraph, understand it, and you have to find out how many ideas are there, and then you have to look for the options given below. So you have to fill those blanks by using those linkers given as options. So you have to look for the possible ways of linking those ideas by using linkers given in the brackets as options. Now let us take one exercise from your workbook. So here I have taken a paragraph from the lesson 2 dear, and it has 4 blanks. So what you have to do is, you have to fill these blanks with the appropriate linkers given in the brackets as options. Now let us read this paragraph and understand how many ideas are there, and then we will fill the blanks by using the linkers given here. Now let us read the paragraph here. The French government is Republican dash, has no proper respect for king dash. The king of Italy was a brother monarch and might be induced to do the thing cheaper. Here you have full stop. Dash, the letter was written dash to get a prompt reply. Now let us find out how many ideas are there here. The French government is Republican dash, has no proper respect for king. Dash, the king of Italy was a brother monarch and might be induced to do thing cheaper. So if you read this paragraph carefully, you have 2 different contrast ideas in the beginning. So the first sentence, the French government is Republican dash, has no proper respect for king dash, the king of Italy was a brother monarch and might be induced to do the thing cheaper. So here in the first sentence, the French government is Republican dash, has no proper respect for the king. So this sentence requires an addition here. So what linker you use to show addition here? So you have the linker and here. So let us put the word and. Let us read the sentence again. The French government is Republican and has no proper respect for king. So here the word and shows the addition. And next you have one blank here. Dash, the king of Italy was a brother monarch. So this idea seems like contrast to the previous one. So what linker you use to show contrast? So you have the linker here but which shows contrast. Let us put the word but here. So let us read the sentence again. But, contrast to the previous one, but the king of Italy was a brother monarch and might be induced to do the thing cheaper. So there are 2 ideas here. The French government is Republican and has no proper respect for the king is the first idea. The second idea is, but the king of Italy was a brother monarch and might be induced to do the thing cheaper. So this is the second idea. So these two ideas or these two sentences are contrast here. So that is why when you begin the second idea, when you begin the second sentence, since this idea is contrast to the previous one, you use the linker but here. So next you have the sentence, you have one blank here, dash the letter was written. So what is the reason for writing the letter? So what linker you use to show the reason of writing the letter here? So here you have the linking word so, which expresses or which shows the reason of writing the letter here. So the letter was written dash to get a prompt reply. Now here you can ask, what is the purpose of writing this letter? So what linker you use to show the purpose? So you have linkers like to, in order to, so as to, and the phrase so that to express, you use to express to show the purpose. So here in the options you have the phrase in order to. So let us put the phrase in order to here. In order to show the purpose of writing the letter. Whereas here so shows the reason for writing the letter. So here in order to shows the purpose of writing the letter. So this is how you should fill the blanks with appropriate linking words. So this is very, very important topic because it carries 4 marks. Alright students, I hope you have understood the topic what I have explained. So as I already told you, you can't simply learn a long list of words and phrases and thinking that you can use them correctly. The only way to learn the usage of linkers only through reading and writing practice. So you have to do the reading practice, you have to read your lessons carefully, and while reading you have to observe how the ideas between sentences are linked, what linker is used between sentences. So this is how you can improve the use of linkers when you read and write a paragraph. So remember, in your question paper, the question number 30 is related to linkers and it carries 4 marks. Dear students, let me conclude my session here. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.